Welcome to another edition of Source Selection Soundbites. Today we will discuss the Justification and Approval document. A Justification and Approval, or J&A, can be issued for an individual procurement or class of procurements. A J&A is the document required by the FAR for open market procurements that justifies the purchase of a product or service from a single or a limited number of sources. It also obtains and documents the required approvals required by law before entering into the sole source contracts. J&As go by different names when other FAR parts are used, such as FAR 13.5, FAR 8.4, and FAR 16.5. But the idea is the same. That is, limiting competition requires a justification that can be scrutinized by contracting officers, agency personnel, and industry competitors. The J&A requirements are set forth in the FAR. The prescribed structure provides for uniformity and ease of following the logic of the document. The required sections are as follows. 1. Identification of the agency, the contracting activity, and specific identification of the document as a J&A. 2. Nature and/or description of the action being approved. 3. A description of the supplies or services required to meet the agency's needs, including the estimated value. 4. An identification of the statutory authority permitting other than full and open competition. 5. A demonstration that the proposed contractor's unique qualifications or the nature of the acquisition requires use of the authority cited. 6. A description of efforts made to ensure that offers are solicited from as many potential sources as practicable, including whether a notice was or will be publicized as required by Subpart 5.2, and, if not, which exception under 5.202 applies. 7. A determination by the contracting officer that the anticipated cost to the government will be fair and reasonable. 8. A description of the market research conducted, or reason it was not conducted. 9. Supporting facts. 10. A list of the sources that expressed interest in the acquisition. 11. A statement of the actions, if any, the agency may take to remove and overcome barriers to competition. And 12. A contracting officer certification that the justification is accurate and complete to the best of the CO's knowledge and belief. When the J&A is complete, it needs to be approved. The dollar value of the acquisition determines who must sign the J&A. As of now, the CO can approve J&As for amounts up to $750,000. In civilian agencies, once the dollar value exceeds $750,000, but does not exceed $15 million, the J&A must be approved by the agency competition advocate, general flag officer, a GS-15 or higher, or a senior procurement executive. When the value of the acquisition exceeds $15 million but up to $75 million, it must be signed by a federal employee holding a rank of GS-15 or higher. In DoD, NASA, and Coast Guard, when acquisitions exceed $15 million but are at or below $100 million, the head of contracting activity, general or flag officer of a person of a rank of GS-15 or higher, may approve the J&A. When the dollar value if over $75 million in a civilian agency or $100 million in DoD agencies, the senior procurement executive must approve the purchase. The estimated dollar value shall be calculated as the aggregate of the base period and all option periods to determine the approval level of a justification. In this episode of Source Selection Soundbites, we discussed the content of J&As and the official that must approve them. This concludes today's Source Selection Soundbite. If this video was helpful, hit the like and subscribe button to ensure you don't miss any new material. If you want more details on the subject, they are available on the Source Selection Answer app. It contains lectures, quizzes, court cases, sample documents, and more material that allows practitioners to quickly obtain actionable knowledge. Thanks for watching. See you next time.